Hey, what is up guys, Wavy Films here, and today I have another custom LEGO minifigure showcase for you guys. I'm sorry for not uploading, but I hope to get back into that, just because I had exams and stuff. But anyway, in this video I'm going to be showing you my Ben 10 customs, which, I've been working on for a while, and I finally finished the last one, which is Stinkfly over here, which I'm holding because there's no room on this baseplate to stand him, because he's pretty big. But I'll get into him and the rest of the aliens in a minute. Everyone on Instagram was kind of asking where this was, and I had to wait to finish Stinkfly because he took a while to finish, which I'll get into when I get into the figures. I definitely love how all these figures turned out, and yes, let's get into it. So, first, I will take all these figures off. And, if I do get back into uploading a lot, which I hope I do, it'll definitely be this more unprofessional style of video, because it's easier for me just to not edit a video and just, record a video, upload it. So, hope you guys can understand that. So, yeah, first figure we're going to discuss is Heat Blast here. He's the first figure I actually made, and I'm going to zoom in a bit. He's the first figure I made of all of my Ben 10 customs, and I definitely like how he turned out. So the head, the torso, the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the hands are all sculpted. I honestly don't remember why I decided to make this figure. I think I was just like, hey, Ben 10 customs would be pretty cool. I definitely like how this turned out. This was one of the first times, if not the first time, I actually sculpted on a figure. It was a while ago, I can't really remember. It was like 10 months ago. Yeah, 10 months ago, I'd say. So, I don't 100% remember, but yeah, I think this is one of, if not the first time I actually sculpted on a figure. And it turned out pretty good. I like how it looks like Heat Blast. And obviously the Omnitrix logo and the symbol turned out pretty great. That's Heat Blast, I guess. Next figure is gonna be Forearms, because I said so. So, Forearms was the second figure I finished. I guess I'll just review these guys in the in the order that I finished them. He's obviously made possible of Forearms, or I guess the reason he has Forearms is because of this Garmadon piece from Ninjago. It definitely helps when you're trying to make a character with forearms. Of course, I don't really like this whole stacked 3D feature thing, but, I can live with it, and, the fig still looks good in my opinion. This was the first time I actually extended legs on a figure, and, I like how they turned out. They could have done better, but, as a first time, I like how it worked out. Everything on here is painted 100%, and the Omnitrix logo here is on the side, and I'm going to point that out for every figure. So, yeah. Next figure we have here is Accelerate. So I feel like I'm speeding, so I'm gonna stop speeding a little bit. I like how he turned out. The challenge with him was definitely the legs, this was not my design. I got it from the Moose Figs, but he said in one of his videos it wasn't his design either. He used this on his Man Bat. So go over to that video because he gives proper credit to whose design it was, but I saw it first on his channel. So this part right here, going straight, is a Lego minifigure leg. Then you glue here a 1x1, then a 1x2. I put studs for his feet. Normally you would put 1x1 tiles for feet, but I put studs because Accelerate has balls on his feet that he runs with, and then I sculpted his toes over that. The torso, simple design with Omnitrix logo, sculpted on his elbows, and god dang it, sculpted tail, and I painted all the stripes on, which was a pain in the butt. And the head, it was sanded down to make it thinner, which you can kind of see when I do that. And I definitely love how this sculpt turned out on the back, because I like how seamless it is on all sides of the face. So, yeah. Next, we have Diamond Head. Now, he's probably my least favorite figure out of all these Ben 10 customs, just because of how he turned out. For one, on the actual character, you can see his spikes on his back from the front, but I sculpted these without the head on, so I couldn't really tell. The head, you can see the sculpt's a little slanted, so if I were to redo any of these, it would be Diamond Head, but I probably won't be redoing any of these guys anytime soon. Yeah, I tried outlining the head. It didn't really work for me. I didn't like it, so this looks better, trust me. But yeah, everything was painted. He has extended legs, and this was the first figure I extended arms onto. I sculpted his shoulder pads, his chest, painted the little nice Omnitrix logo right there. And, yeah, painted half of him black, half of him white. He's basically Two-Face, except better. So, yeah, that's about it for Diamond Head. Next, we have Ghostfreak. Ghostfreak is probably the simplest figure in the showcase, so basically I just had to paint some light gray and then do some black lines. The leg piece is from the Ninjago line where they had ghosts, and I cut it up a bit, sanded it down to get it how I liked it. Painted it light gray. The head is a Patrick head from SpongeBob, and it's backwards though, because Patrick's head kind of bends forward, whereas Ghostfreak's head kind of bends backwards, and I did have to sand it at the top a little bit. So yeah, the Omnitrix logo's on the chest, and yeah, I tried to make this figure pretty clean because I was like, well, you know, he's a simple figure, so the only thing I have to do is paint a continuous black line all around the arms, torso, head, and legs, so might as well try and make it clean. And I like how this figure turned out as well. And I feel like I said that for every figure. Next figure is Ripjaw's. Ripjaw's probably was most sculpting on a figure. I sculpted his head, his jaw, his teeth, his the lantern, that's the word, his fins on his back and his arms and his little neck here. So yeah, I like how the painted scales came out and the gills, and I definitely like how the head sculpt came out. At the time, this is my most involved sculpt. Actually, I think to this day it might be. I'm like looking around my room trying to find other stuff that I may have sculpted, but I think this was, actually no, never mind. It's my most involved sculpt is this Batman cowl, which you can go check out on my Instagram or Flickr or Twitter for. Anyways, yeah, the Omnitrix logo is painted right there, and I added some cloth detail to his legs, and almost forgot about this. He does also have an extra tail piece from the Little Mermaid from the Disney line, painted black, and then I painted on the lime green, I guess, kind of details, and then the dark green fins at the back. So, yeah, that's Ripjaw's. Next we have Upgrade. Another simple figure. I like how the line work for the lime green lines came out all over the body. So yeah, the head was a 1x1 round brick tile. It was not a tile; it was a brick. 1x1 round brick that I cut the stud off of, sculpted over, and then sculpted it to connect it to the torso so that it doesn't come off or twist or anything. So yeah, I like how the head turned out. The legs are extended and the arms aren't extended. They're the Toy Story extended, the Toy Story Woody / Jesse arms, because his arms are pretty long, longer than his legs in the show. So I used my last and only pair of these arms for this character, and I like how it turned out. And like I said, I liked how all I liked how all of the green lines came out on the suit, and he has the Omnitrix right in the center. Next, we have Stinkfly, which I'm going to have to zoom out for. And he still doesn't fit. Okay, I'll hold him back here. So, this was a bit of a collab figure between me and Comic Customs. I'll link to his YouTube or Instagram. I'm not 100% sure if he has a YouTube. We're friends, I should know. But if he has a YouTube, I'll link to it. If he doesn't, I'll link to his Instagram. He made the legs. He cut them out of plastic, and he sculpted me the tail piece. And here's the reason why this showcase is late for all those people on Instagram asking, because I had to wait like a month and a half for this for this trade to come in. So yeah. Anyways, the torso is just a plain white torso, and the tailpiece I painted white and then just painted the stripes down, and then painted this end part for the tail black. I painted these my own, let's see what the bottle says in terms of color. Grass green color, folk art grass green if you want to know the color. And the wings I made out of card. I mixed a color for this. It's similar to the color I mixed for Ripjaw's lines, and then painted lines on in gray. And I also sculpted the eyes and the chin, and yeah, the Omnitrix logo is painted right there. And yeah, he's definitely the biggest. As you can see, his wings are taller than forearms, and he's definitely the most unrecognizable as a minifigure. Actually, maybe not. I'll get into that though. But yeah, I like how he turned out, and thanks to Dalton Comic Customs, link to his YouTube or Instagram in the description. Next, we have Wildmutt. Now, Wildmutt is probably my favorite, or not probably, he is my favorite Ben 10 custom, and one of my favorite customs I've ever made, just because how he turned out resembling his cartoon counterpart, as well as staying as a Lego figure, and I have to bend his legs a little bit. So yeah, the head and back were completely sculpted, so same with the teeth and his bottom jaw. His legs are basically a miniaturized version of Accelerate's legs here, and the arms are actually double extended. So I extended the arms twice, then glued, or then I made the paws, which are 1x1 tiles, cut off the two corners and sanded down and sculpted onto. I also sculpted onto the torso there and sculpted on the Omnitrix logo, and then I filled in the gap with this part with some green stuff. This part right here is from the Prince of Persia sets. They're the gauntlets for like the assassins and stuff. So yeah, I think they were good for Wildmutt. And yeah. I guess not much else to say. There's Omnitrix logo, I already said that, but yeah, I really like how this figure turned out, and like I said, probably my top 5 favorite minifigures of all time, along with X-23, X-23, Darth Vader, Wildmutt. You know what? I'm not gonna do a top 5 right at the moment, but basically, he's one of my favorite figures. And last but not least, 10th figure to complete Ben 10 is Gray Matter, and I will zoom in for him because he's a pretty damn tiny dude. So yeah, he's made out of trophy fig. I lost the word there for a second. He's made out of a trophy fig. I painted the stand lime green because that's just kind of like a standard Ben 10 color. I sculpted the heart shape head onto the head of the trophy fig. I painted the entire figure white, painted the head and the arms gray, and painted the black lines around the sleeves, on the torso, around the feet, and I painted all the details on the head, which, for reference, here's a minifigure foot, and you can see how tiny those lines are. So yeah, not much about this fig really, but yeah, definitely like how he turned out, because you know, trophy figs are hard to do if you're not good with painting small detail. So yeah, that's it for Ben 10, or the first 10 Ben 10 figures. I'm working on more currently. I'm just gonna get all these guys back here, but yeah, I'm working on more Ben 10 figs currently. Just gonna say that, yeah, I like how all these guys turned out. And if you know what I mean by this, I didn't mean for it to blow up as big as it did on Instagram last summer. It was kind of a whole thing that happened. Everyone was making Ben 10 customs because I made a couple Ben 10 customs, other people started making Ben 10 customs, we made a group account on Instagram, and then everyone started making Ben 10 customs. Eventually it died down, but yeah, if you remember that whole infection, you know, you're a survivor. And crap, his thing just broke off, and that's the first time it's ever done that. But I'll put him back over here anyway, and I'll fix that later. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave down in the comments which one is your favorite. Yeah, I hope to get more Ben 10 customs out to you guys in the future. So yeah, hopefully I can fix Ripjaw, give him some medical procedures. And yeah, guys, just to give you a little preview of other Ben 10 customs I'm working on. There's a little preview. So yeah, again, I hope you guys like the showcase. Feel free to check out my social media in the description, where I posted these guys way before I posted them. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to get back into uploading more. So yeah.